Hello, everyone. So, what I'm doing here is a live impromptu review of artworks in my collection. I think it'll be kind of fun. I just had this idea and I had an hour or so, a little over an hour to do this. So, I'm like, well, why not? Let's try it. So, I'm just going to go through and pick artworks at random and just talk about why they ended up in my collection and what I like about it, or uh, yeah, or what I think was interesting about it. So I just tweeted this out. Let's give it a minute or two. Let's say 2 minutes or so. Let's see if anyone else hops on, and then I'll start my journey and start talking about these. So welcome to everyone who's here. If you have a question or something I can answer while we wait, happy to do that. Um, let's see. Hi, Sarah. Hi, Doodlestorm. Hi, Sasikiran. Hi, QQ. Hi, Moments and Stories. Very nice to see you all. It's great to see everyone else join. I actually invited a friend to also join me in helping with the reviews. So she's an artist. So she might hop in here. So we're at 8 people. I'm gonna wait for 4 more people to join, and then I'll start reviewing. But the goal was, I have 1.7K NFTs sitting in this collection, and I thought, why not? Let's just pick random ones and review them. And if I see people in the audience here whose artworks I have, I'm happy to go select one of their works and kind of talk about it a little bit. So let's do that. Um, Some of these, I don't know why, but they don't always load. I have no idea why, but we'll figure it out. So hello, everyone who's joining. Oh yeah, we are at 12 people now. So I guess I can start reviewing stuff. If your artwork is here in my collection and you are here, then let me know in the comments and I'll go find one of your artworks and we'll review it. I guess why don't we start with this one here? So let's see. This is a video. Let's pull it up. And I think this one was part of the moon theme one. I think we had a full moon. So I asked for entries and I got this one. It's pretty cool. I mean, I liked it just because it was very creative. Like the notion of, like, the hat opening up and having all these birds come out. It's just a flower, the moon, the composition of it was pretty cool, and it's also quite colorful. I like the colors. Who did this? This was Umtcyl, UMTCYL. Um, I like it. It's pretty cool, and I believe it has music also. But yeah, I think it's just very simple, right? Ooh, I just realized the moon is rotating, which is even cooler. Uh, wow, this is nice. Okay, so I see some requests here. All right. So let's start doing those. I think I see Chops art. All right. So let's go find Chops art. I'm gonna start writing these down before they scroll away. Actually, wait. It's cool. I'm gonna just put it up there and look for it. So I hope the name you're giving me is the name I look under here. No. You know what? What you need to give me is some keyword or whatever to find your art by, like maybe something in the title, because the search here isn't that awesome. So, Chops, the artist, give me a keyword, please, that I can look for. I'll search for Chops. Nope, nothing coming up. Uh, let's see. Sea Adventures. Bam. There we go. Sea Adventures. There we go. Oh my gosh, I remember this one. This is pretty badass. Hey, what happened? Reload. Da-da-da-da. By the way, I have this background music playing. I don't know if you guys can hear it. If it's just noise, then I'll turn it off. But if you can hear it, then that's great. Wow, this is amazing. But it seems like it's yeah. I can review Peace on Foundation. I can review anything. Like if your art is in this in my collection, I'm happy to review it. Why is this taking so long? All right, you know what? We'll just zoom in the browser because wow. All right, so this what I was drawn. See, I'll just be candid with you guys. I am drawn to color. Okay, it's like whoop, I see lots of color, and I'm fascinated by it. So this one in particular actually triggered a memory for me. It triggered two memories. One is there is an aquarium here in the Bay Area. It's a beautiful aquarium, and the photos I took there are of jellyfish. And there's one jellyfish in particular called the Portuguese man of war. It's a lethal jellyfish, and this jellyfish here reminded me of it. It's nowhere as colorful, but the main thing is I don't know if you guys know this book called 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. It's like a classic book, but this illustration here look like the diving helmet that's in that one. I wonder if let me see if I can find it, huh? But it triggered that memory for me, and that's kind of what drew me to this. I remember this scene in it where there's this helmet somewhere in the book. Maybe it was the cover or something. I don't know. But anyway, that is what really drew me to this. But art wise, it's gorgeous. The level of detail and the color, and also the fact that it's got a focus, right? The elements in front are sharp and the elements in the background are blurred. I just love that. And it's such intricate detail, the reflection, etc. So overall, from an artistic viewpoint, and I'm not by any means even vaguely qualified to do this, but I'm just telling it to you from a novice standpoint, that this is just jumps out at you. It's so colorful, so balanced, and the shapes, etc., so intricate. So amazing job. Totally love it. And I'm very proud to have this in the collection. So good job there, Chops Art. This is amazing. All right. And I'm just gonna go in order, because otherwise I'll probably get messed up here, and it's also the fair thing to do. So after that, I have to look for sisterhood. Okay. So great job again, Chops Art. We'll move on to sisterhood here. Check that out. What do we have? Oh, we have a few of them. So I believe, is it this one from Known Origin? Patrick. Yep, Patrick. This looks like it's the one, I think. Let me see if Patrick says yes. Uh, wow. And thank you, Hater. You make a good point. Why is it that the detail doesn't show up on any of these? When I click on it, it just freezes. I don't know why. Let's try this. Ah, that's better. I can just do it that way. Wow. Uh, I have no idea how you do this. I guess it's a black canvas and then you use a white pen. Uh, but my gosh, this is just incredible. It's the level of detail you can get from creating essentially scribbles, right? And putting them in the right place. It's just amazing. I love the expressions on their faces. I love the it's almost photorealistic, and what I love is how, where there is the dark hair, you have fewer scribbles, but then when you want to convey light, reflective, the on the hair, you have more scribbles. But I'm not I hope scribbles is the right term. I might be completely wrong. But here, even the braids, wow, that level of detail is just freaking amazing. I love how you got the symmetry in the eyes, the detail there. It's really well done art here, and kudos to you. I mean, this is a very unique technique, and we talk about AI art and all that. I don't know if um, the directions of the strokes and all that could be matched with AI as perfectly. I don't think so. I mean, I just see this as exceptional. So really great job, Patrick. Um, I'm just staring at this still because I'm mesmerized a little bit by it. It's pretty cool. Good job. Good job. Amazing job. And thank you for that. Okay, let's continue scrolling through and see who's next in the list here. Got a lot of comments coming in. Hello, dreamers. Who else do we have? Sisterhood. Not your straight girl here. All right, not your straight girl. Let's go look for not your straight girl. And that is Gino. Hello, Gino. I'm gonna find your work. Not your straight. When you guys post, please give me, like, not your Twitter handle or something, but give me a keyword that is gonna come up here. Okay. Let's try not your straight girl. I need to find a keyword that's in the title or the description, otherwise I can't find it. So Gino, please give me something to look for. Give me something to look for. Give me something to look for. Oh yeah, and please do share your Twitter in the comments, etc., as I'm talking about your work, so that we can get people to follow you. Uh, Gino, I'm gonna wait for you to share a title of one of your works. So uh, I will. Hmm, I like this beat. I like this song. Gino, you still there or did you leave us? Please give me. Uh, Actually, you know what I can do? I can probably go to Twitter. Not your straight code. That's not what that I can't find it, Gino. So if you hop back on here, tell me about your artwork, then a name or a title or something I can find, and I'll put you back in there for the next review. All right. All right. So I'm gonna continue with the list here, and let's see. Da, da, da. Hmm. Okay. Awal Bhatt says, "Can you review?" Okay, Silent Sunset is the next one I have in the list. All right, Silent Sunset, and that is MJ Do Draw. All right. Whoa, whoa. For whatever reason, the detail is not loading on here. I don't know what the deal is with OpenSea. We'll just do this. Open copy image address. Ah, that's low res. Ah, there we go. Much better. There we go. Nice. Silent Sunset. Let me go look at the detail a little bit first here. Spending holiday on terrace, drawing sunsets, feeling calm, and an emotion of being with myself. Drawing helps relax mind, especially sunsets, because of the vibrant colors. All right, is this a watercolor? I think so, right? Wow. Okay, so the first thing, believe it or not, that drew my attention to this one is the streak here. I don't know if that's a plane or a comet trail or what, but I just like thought that that was a little bit of detail that was amazing. And oh, look, my artist buddy is here. Ria is here. Hey, Ria, how are
Hi,
you?
yes. I was actually sitting here. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
why didn't you join the stream? I told people you're coming. So what I'm doing is I'm randomly critiquing artworks in my collection.
hmm.
uh, Me in my ignorance, in my art ignorance. But as you're an artist and you have a better eye, you can also give some feedback. But for me, like I said, first of all, the comment drew my attention. But as I'm gonna repeat again and again, color. I just loved an explosion of color, and this is just so many hues here. The sky is just so colorful, and then the level of detail that's here uh on like for example the rooftop AC units, and then on the table itself the post-its, and I think that's a bagel, the menu card, if you will. And then it's an artist, it's very meta, it's an artist within here. um I don't know that this arm's perspective is quite right, but it's good enough. But I love it. Overall, I think did a really good job with capturing the mood of what you intended to here. um yeah, I think it she's looking out there at the sun setting, and you can see that perhaps she's also capturing the scene on there. Yeah, Ria, what do you have to say about this artwork?
I think I really love it, to be honest. First, coming to the title of it, Silent Sunset, which is like when you look at the sunset, you try to observe a lot of things and how you feel about it. So it makes sense that she's actually looking at the sunset while having her cup of tea and not actually focusing on what her initial task was, and just or like absorbing that whole feeling in it. So the artist had really captured it amazingly there. And I loved how the clouds are in different hues. Like as the light actually scatters in the sky, you can see the blue coming in and the warm colors kind of fading away. So the artist has given the stroke of that yellow bright there, down there where the sunset is happening, and then you can see the nice magical blue up from up coming down in the sky. So I really loved how it was like you are trying to actually phase from one time to another time, and she's just trying to be there in that silence up there. And I also love the technique. I think when we mentioned perspective, right, I think for this particular technique it was not really necessary, because perspective per se is a very realistic artistic term. Like of course when we are doing something more realistically, more realistic painting, then we consider a lot of perspective up there. But for this I really love this not so realistic perspective. It is kind of fun to see, and it just makes you, oh, this is an art piece, but this is also something which can happen in real. So I
Yep.
love it.
Agreed. I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is wherever possible, I'm going to ask everyone to do this. All right. If you're posting, if you already posted, just do it again. Give me a keyword that's in the artwork, and then also put your Twitter handle there. So what I can do is copy that and put it in the banner here, so everyone can go and follow. Ria, can you change your name so you also have your Twitter handle on there so people can follow you and they know who you are? I think a lot of people do, but it would be good to have people find you. All right, let's go find next one here. Let's see. Did not your straight girl come back and give me a keyword? Doo-doo-doo.
I literally ran. I was like, I have to go to the live stream. Let me
Yeah,
just.
I just this I for me I get an idea on a whim and I'm like, it's a good experiment, let's do it, and I bam just hop on and do it.
Yeah,
So
that's what Nick does. He's
um,
like, can you come? And I'm like, I just got up.
all right.
I,
So Mark says check out foundation, and you know what? Maybe that foundation thing was the problem. So let's go and find where the heck is? How do I search my collection on foundation? I hope this will work. Let's find out.
it's
And he
there.
says it's inverted. Doot, 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 doot,
No,
doot.
not here, Nick.
How do I search my collection here?
Go to. I think you have to see all the pieces which you own,
That's what
because
I'm
that's,
looking at. It's my profile. Let's just look here. I think it'll show up.
yeah, to show up on OpenSea as well.
It's not showing up. Okay,
But
so inverted. Um, Mark, I need some help. I need a way to find it. Um, so if you can post something, some keyword or something I can look for in my collection here. Again, guys, I'm having a hard time finding works because you're not giving me keywords that I can find. Ideally, give me something in the title exactly, because it's not. It's not like Google where it figures out words. I need an exact phrase or something to search for. So, Mark, you say sorry, but you're not giving me a word, so I don't know what to do. All right, I'll wait for you to come back with something, Mark. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and go on to the next person. Um, Ritual mime. All right. Sasi Kiran says that. Ritual mime. There we go. Uh, all right. Theyyam is a famous ritual art originating in North Kerala. All right, so the first thing I want to do is go here and remove this banner, and let's see what is this person's Twitter handle. Gosh, you guys are making it really difficult for me to promote you by providing incomplete information. So I want to promote you, but not getting any help from you guys. Okay, So we'll just go with the artwork then and not promote the Twitter handle or anything like that. Uh, Come on, that won't load. All right, that's good enough. It'll zoom in. All right. So this one is ritual mime. So I guess this picture is an artistic creation done in a person who resembles the god or goddess of the temple and will perform a supreme Theia column for the people of the village or also done specifically for some individual. So it's a ritual dance. Um, wow. This is when I looked at this picture, um, I couldn't figure out why you chose this composition because almost 50% of the image is taken up by this blurred object in the foreground. But then I realized that that makes this stand out so much more, the contrast of that, and it pops as a result. I mean, it's already super colorful, and it pops out really well. um, these artists, I can just imagine the amount of time it must take to do this makeup, right? It's unreal. And the intricacy and I believe they dance then with that, which is like another level. What do you think, Ria?
I think it's very interesting. So in India, I think it's for the people who are watching us. In India, there are many dance form that requires a lot of like a lot of costume making and makeup in general, in perspective of a very artistic point of view. Because in India, when it comes to classical dance, we always say it's like a performing art. So here you can actually just see that that person has put so much effort to value a culture, a heritage, and what they have been doing for a very very long time. it's like it's like something, like if Nick, I'm a Kathak dancer, right? Like for example, and I'm a very close friend of yours, then someone from my relative also will actually join the Kathak form and like start learning from it since childhood. So these people actually learn these dance form when they are like kids, and then they like just like refine it so much, and when you see them performing, it's beautiful. So I actually, first thing which actually captured my instant was the eye. So when you see the blur for
Mm.
like the front ground, and then you actually go, you can see the expression on the face directly. So probably the artist wanted to bring focus on that, and then my visual hierarchy of the image goes, then I see the details, the circle, the costume. But because of that blur front ground, I can like foreground, I can see that there is so much expression in the eyes, which is just mind blowing. So this is a very powerful and beautiful cultural image, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's a great job. So thank you. um Amazing ritual mime. Thank you for that. All right, let's go and find the next person. Da, 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 da. Let me show you the world. All right, let's find out. Let me show you the world. Let me show you the world. Ah, there it is.
Yeah, there.
From the oops, what happened there? I clicked on the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Whoa, details just don't come up. I don't understand why. Wow,
It's just couldn't see.
this is amazing. Uh, like again, color, woohoo, amazing. And by the way, the fact that I like color doesn't mean that I dislike black and white. I also really appreciate black and white photos. Just to be very clear on that. So this is Anymat, um, Alina. Let me put your name up here. I think your Twitter handle is Anymat. Uh, but Alina, this is amazing. This is this is apparently I'm imagining a dad showing his kid going down the path here and literally walking into the cosmos, and opening up a massive, beautiful world uh, to her. Uh, I love it. This is almost the equivalent of you know, what a typical stereotypical dad would do for their child. The girl in particular, expose her to like a telescope or something and show the world. But this is the artistic metaphorical interpretation of that. This actually reminds me of the movie Contact, in which it's Jodie Foster. Yeah,
Hmm.
Jodie Foster and her dad, you know, tells her about the universe and all of that, and she develops a love for it. So I like it. It's really, and having two daughters myself, I can relate very closely to this. Although I have never in my life worn my backpack with both straps. I just am unable to do that. But other than that, I can relate to this photo quite a bit. So great job. This is a beautiful. I'm guessing this is a blended photo. Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
It
it's
is
awesome.
not.
What do you think?
The artist has used two techniques to actually bring merge two different scenes together. I don't know if the Milky Way is something the artist clicked or they have like taken it from somewhere and just placed or merged on the image. But I feel it is very emotional also. Like it's a scene between a father and a daughter trying to explore, where of course every father is like, I would show you some magical things, and then
Yeah.
the daughter is there trying to actually immerse in that magical like world. And it's really beautiful. I actually love that there is like this nice purple light on the ground, because it shows that the light is actually reflecting from the sky, making you aware that how close the magical realm is. Because even if you see Milky Way, it would never just like have this particular shine on the ground. So
Yeah.
as you actually witness the whole magical thing on the sky, you can see that how close they are to it, because it has this nice magical shine on the ground as well, which I love. And you got this piece 10 months back. That's like precious.
Yeah. That means yeah, it's been there a while. This is great. You know,
Yeah.
approximately 10 months ago is when I actually started my journey in a major way. I don't know what I was collecting, I don't know, 20 pieces a day or something at that point. Uh,
You were like, I remember being in your spaces. I think we should review my art also. I would love to hear my about my art as well.
well, yeah, all right, we'll see that. Okay, we'll go with Pradeep first. Hi, Nick. Would love to have a review on my baby girl's artwork in your collection, collected as part of American Independence Day contest, Ka and Ta, with colorful bags. All right, let's look for Ka and Ta.
So this is the title. Okay.
Ka and Ta. Here we go.
Got
Woohoo.
it.
All right, there we go.
Would love to review. This is so nice.
Wow.
I love it.
I wonder how
Yeah.
old she is. Neela. Neela. All right. Neela likes colors and that too bright colors. Neela, you're my kind of artist. I love that. She always looks for vibrancy in colors. Yep, me too. She painted Ka and Ta carrying bags. As she wanted to add multiple colors to the bag, she painted this. Love it. Acrylic on paper. Wow. All right. Happy mood. Nice. I like that too. Ka and Ta. All right. So, first of all, congrats for stepping up and doing this at such a young age. Amazing. Love it. Uh, so there are a few things that jump out and that at me. First of all, the vibrancy of the tree and not doing a standard green leaves, and brown trunk. I love that you put blue and she put orange and red in the tree there, which by itself is just so vibrant and beautiful and just a different twist on nature. It could represent fall, but I think the blue would not be there. So I think it's just awesome color choice. Um, I love the figures here. They have good proportion. I'm sure as her art evolves, she'll work um, on making that even more beautiful. I love the bags and the way she created the layers of colors with the with the dot effect there. So I also like that they both have nice smiles on their face. They're both very happy. This is a very happy picture. It literally, the moment you look at it, you can't help but smile. You
Yeah.
know, it's a happy picture. So great work, and I think you have a very very promising career as an artist. Look forward, Neela. This is amazing. Ria, to you.
I actually loved it for the fact that I always believe kids are not logical when they're creating something. So they don't work with the mindset, oh, they have to create something towards perfection. It's just amazing to see this particular artwork. I really, I cannot critique it because it's so pure, it's so nice, and I can see that the kid was just having fun. Like every artist should do while creating something of their own, like just adding the color and not adding the green as you mentioned is something very, something that just like pops up there, and I love it. And I can actually say, Pradeep, your dot, like your kid will be like an amazing artist, henceforth just let her enjoy her artistic persona and just tell her that all these imperfections are amazing, so she should just keep exploring it always. I love it.
Yeah, I agree. I agree for sure. This is great. Uh, okay, let's move on. Will you review the ones on Tezos too? Of course, Ritu. If you have something, just bring it on, guys. In fact, just tell me. Give me very specific instructions on where it is on in my collection, which platform, and give me a keyword, and also put your Twitter handle. So when I pin up your comment here, people will get all that information. Let's see. Step into the light, I think, is the next one to look at. So let's look at that. Let's find it. Step into the light. Oh, let's see. We got a lot here. There we go. Okay, there we go. Um,
Hmm,
so
interesting.
this is it, I believe. When the
It
man saw
is.
himself in the midst of a rebellious nature, he felt a deep loneliness. He was scared and his naked body was trembling. He had just been cast out of heaven. His eyes did not see anything and his ears did not hear anything. He could only feel the relentless chaos around him. Wow. All right. I keep forgetting I need to do this copy image address thing because it doesn't show up otherwise. Wow. Oh, there we go. That'll show the whole thing. Wow. This is interesting. Is this like been rotated or what? Because the reflection is on top. The
So even
clear
thought,
image is on the bottom, which is kind of, it's been rotated, right?
no, it's not. I think it's a reflection in the water because I see a water body there, and it's kind of like a blur image in the water.
Yeah,
So
what I'm saying is I agree with you, but except
yeah, the
I would
image is,
expect the blurred to be the water and this to like, so I'm thinking it's been flipped, right?
yes,
And
it
that's
is.
a cool effect because the reality is blurred and the reflection is clear
Yeah.
and crisp. So I don't know if that's what you were going for. Uh, Wow, but it is totally amazing. I love I love black and white also. So it's not just color. Very nice pose here. The symmetry is great. The composition is great. Uh, I think one thing that's interesting to me is the angle, right? Like here you got this rocky surface or whatever, but here you don't have it. So I don't even know how this is possible. So it brings a lot of questions to your mind, and makes you very curious about it. So when I got this picture, Ria, I've told you, and I've said this many times. When I decide I'm going to collect from someone, it's because they said something interesting, either in a space or in a tweet, or I just saw something, like I don't know how I chanced upon them. And so then I go through that collection and I find the one that interests me the most. So I don't know what his collection is like, but we can go look. But it looks like that seems to be the only one there. But typically I'll go and look, and I'll identify the one that resonates the most with me, and pick that up. And this one, I saw it, and I'm like, wow, this is cool. I like it. It's, as I said, it raises a lot of questions in my mind. Curious person as I am, I like the symmetry of it, and I'm also like a huge fan of negative spaces, especially in like logo design and all that. And here I'm seeing like the negative space made by his arm and his head, arms and his head, and it's kind of like a U, and it gives me a feeling of like U for universe. I know that's silly, and it is exactly not at all anything the artist intended, but in my mind, that's what I saw, and I'll take a little bit of creative license to interpret it that way. You know. So, what do you see?
I actually loved it. First, I would like step into the light. Coming into focus means that the person is kind of immersed in some spiritual practice. If we can see, like, we can actually see that he has like done that particular posture. That means he is immersed into some spiritual practice. So the artist had like already had a vision of what he wanted to capture in this particular image. I really loved it because the whole there is this in the reflection there is this sort of blur if you can see near his hand, and you can understand that how life is kind of blurry, and then in the reality it is kind of very clear and very crisp. So I really loved it. The only thing that is a bit like there is just that side stone. You can see there is a rock. So I think we like if that particular stone is removed altogether, it would be like I could just bring more focus to that posture and to that person altogether. But overall, it's a very powerful spiritual image because that's what we do when we are meditating. We are trying to evolve into our subconscious self and trying to seek answers. So we are stepping into the light, and that's what I feel the title also suggests. And also
Yeah.
love how it is black and white. When we say step into the light, we see colors, we see brightness, but the artist has made it black and white. So it's very interesting that way.
Yeah. By the way, for those of you who don't know Ria Phoenix Fox, her she's a photographer also, and her work is exceptional. You should go check it out. And Twitter has been messing with her account several times now, and keeps banning her for no apparent reason. Like she's the most innocent person, the most gentle person, the one with like really beautiful artwork, and for no reason Twitter keeps banning her, and she has to keep changing her identity, which sucks. But I have several of her photos in my collection. She's just amazing. All right, so the next one I want to do is let's see here, where was I in the list here? We just did ritual mime, we did step into the light, and let's go. Sarah says puppet on foundation. Sarah. All right. So
Sarah.
uh, I uh, I I cannot believe that foundation has no search in my collection. How
If
is
the
that
artist
even possible?
has their handle name, then you can easily find it, I guess.
Well, I mean, her work is distinctive, so I can just find it. I know when I look at, there it is. So
Yay.
this is puppet number two. So this is an amazing collection. Um, this one where she's basically, you know, uh, gr- done the makeup, etc., for herself and created this. Let's go look at the others in the collection. There we go. Like there's puppet number one. Wow, this is just amazing. Like how on earth did you do this?
I
Is
think there is a bit of photo manipulation as well,
Yeah,
like to the like the joints and everything.
yeah. I love the idea, and I love how the expression, etc., that you've given. Um this one in particular, I love how the hair like falls down. Um, I love the background. I love the choice of color palette here. Like you could have easily gone with something high contrast, but you wanted to stick with that, with the earthy tones, you know. So really amazing, amazing job. Um, Sarah's nudes are also exceptional, but this particular one, the idea of creating a puppet out of a human body, it's just exceptional. Um, I like this one in particular because of the beautiful arc her body makes. You know,
Yeah,
it's
I love
the
it.
composition is just very very nice, and the 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 head and the hair are in, like, the background is light to make it stand out. So it's pretty good work, Sarah. Just love it. I want to see the other one also. Other ones. I thought there were more in that puppet collection, but perhaps I'm wrong. Um, but in this one, we can see her expression and the makeup, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you would imagine a puppet would be thinking. Like, why am I tied up in these strings? How can I be free? That's what I'm imagining. What do you think?
I think you just summed up really, really nice. Like all the both images, like it's you just said it right, to be honest. Because I felt that the use of choice of colors is very nice. How she's kind of like merging with the background as well, and she's a part of that universe where she's just like she also doesn't know what she want to do and how she want to be, and she's this human puppet form. I really love that how Sarah did this joint thing, because I think it was very much needed. If she could have like, if she would have just like taken a picture and then just added the string, it wouldn't make sense. But then she went that mile ahead to add those joint and like just remove the whole torch, like the just manipulate the whole image into making it more surreal and something which is not real, while her face is there as well. So I really loved it. Probably she was also thinking these thoughts while creating this art piece, that this is how I feel, because that's what an artist do. Like they actually think how they are feeling and then they create it. So I feel it's very interesting because that's how we normally also feel as well. So it's a beautiful image.
So it says there's a puppet number three. Where's puppet number three here? I see two. Where's
Can we go to
three?
collection? Collection. There's only one collection. Yeah.
She says there's a three.
Yeah, I can only
Hmm.
see two.
Uh, yeah, she's saying three. Where is it? Where is it?
But yeah, Sarah, I think you should also write more description about the images and how you felt about it, like how Nick explained every bit of it in the description section. You can actually be more emotional and be more like related to the words, because like of course you will be joining spaces and talking about your work, but at times the person goes to your foundation and then they see the description section first to read about the work. So because this image has so much like amazing potential to talk about, I think you should always mention that in the description as well. Like it would be just amazing to know more about it from your end.
Yeah. So I see. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Um, so I see a comment here, and I see comments like this all the time, and they're actually, I don't know. I don't know what to make of these kind of comments because they're almost like guilting me into it. Guys, it is impossible for me to collect everybody's work. I do it as I chance upon it, etc. And I'll just leave it at that. But when I see comments like that, I don't know what to think. It makes me like,
Yeah,
um
understand.
I
Like
don't want to create the expectation that I'm here to collect everybody's work. And I definitely didn't ever set the expectation that if you're a dreamer, uh, that it's a quid pro quo. I'll go collect your work. All right. It is not that way at all. If you're a dreamer, it is because you believe in the Tao and the mission it has. It is not for me to collect your work. And if you mistakenly bought a Dreamer Pass because you thought that I will collect it, then let me know and I will refund your money. Okay. It is not a quid pro quo. I just want to be super clear on that. But I'll just say it. These kind of comments are hurtful to me. That's all.
Yeah.
Because they set an expectation that is completely unrealistic. I can't meet it. I cannot meet it. So I'm very sorry, but uh, I will collect works the way I do. As I go through things, I find an interesting comment or something. It's by chance, and you have to accept that this is a market where the supply vastly is greater than the demand. I'm a
Demand.
single collector. I have a finite amount of discretionary income myself. I don't have infinite wealth, you know? And so I do it. I do it because I want to support artists. But it is not helpful if you make me feel guilty. That actually makes me feel less inclined to hit buy or go to anyone's collection when I see those comments, because in fact, for that whole day after, like, I feel like I don't want to do this, because it
I would
doesn't make me feel happy. So please, guys, I request you to not make those kind of comments. It's not a quid pro quo. Go ahead, Ria.
I think being an artist, I would actually say that, see, if you want someone to buy your art, it takes time. Even at times, the collector take their own space and time to understand and see you evolve in this space. I think never, firstly, never DM any collector to buy your art. Don't shill on their normal post. Good morning, good night. It is not for shilling. This space is also a space of real human beings. I am a real human being. You can see me. You can see Nick as well. And these kind of comments actually hurt him because, like,
Even
of
like
course,
this one here, this is a hurt. Like, I'm sure he means nothing of it, but it's a hurtful comment, because it implies that I am not understanding someone's dream and deliberately shutting them out. When the fact is that I'm dealing with approximately 2 to 300 DMs per day and over 2,000 or so notifications. The
yeah,
chances of me finding you are, I don't know, pretty slim. But I do find a lot of you guys. So to somehow twist this and say that, oh, I haven't paid attention to you or something like that, that's just wrong. I'm trying to support you guys. And when you say such things, it's
it hurts.
hurtful.
It,
It's really hurtful. And it makes me feel like, what am I doing this for? I should just quit and forget about it.
don't,
That's how I feel some days when I see
don't.
those kind of comments.
This guys, yeah, like, please, like, being an artist, I think we all need to understand that we have. I think every day you work hard in this space, you will be one step closer to your collector. Just understand this basic rule, because the thing is, if you're gonna push so hard, the possibility of you getting your work collected will actually go farther, because no one.
100%. When I see those comments, when I see people deliberately saying, "Are you ignoring me?" or they DM me and saying, "What do you hate me?" People just say that like that. And I'm like, what do I say about this? Uh, I'm not going to collect your work for sure, because it really makes me feel like I'm being treated like a wallet and not a human being at that
Yeah,
point. And
I
so
get.
here's the thing, guys. This is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be enjoyable. This is art. It's supposed to be appreciated. I try and do that when I see it. I try and support people, but don't twist my arm. Don't twist anybody's arm. This is not the way this ecosystem should work. All right. It will happen. Let it happen organically. Like, be a good citizen in the community, talk positively, engage, and I will find you. But
Exactly.
telling me and being passive aggressive or making me feel emotionally, guilty, turns me off. It has the opposite effect of what you want.
Yeah, and I had like this conversation with so many great collectors in this space as well. Like, to be honest, like, Nick does this live stream so you can see the expression, but most of the time, if you write to this to a collector, they will just like block you, and they will just like be like, do whatever you want to do. See, every one of us is working hard every day. Like, even I push my work, sit there for a while and just wait for the right person, and that's how you're supposed to do it. So just like, please, yeah, because even they are humans, guys. They have their take giving your time here, and they want to invest their money where they want to. Like, you becoming a dreamer is just like, not giving focus that Nick will just collect all the art together. And probably he will collect your art, of course, because when that piece actually comes where he can connect with it, he will just like hit the buy button because I know him and I know what he looks in the piece. So just be there, just be okay. I know this is a rough journey, but then just go out and see the
Yeah.
clouds and nature when
let's
you
let's
feel.
not dwell on this. I sometimes go off on a rant. It triggers me. But I went off on a rant because this happens to me like at least 100 times a day, and I
Oh,
felt like I had to say something. But I never want to be negative. I'm an optimist. I'm a very positive person. So Awal, but I'm very sorry, but you're not giving me keywords I can find, my friend. I need to be able to search here on OpenSea and find you. Love at first sight. Okay, let's see. Love. I'm today reviewing things that are in my collection. Okay, so just said that. Here we go. Love at first sight. Woohoo! This was MJ draws art of Rahul's work. All right. I think this was a recent collection, if I am not mistaken. Yes, I did this fairly recently. Wow. All right. Love at first sight. Okay, so let's break this down here. So again, we keep going back to this. It's colorful. Uh, I like this illustration. Clearly, he's. Is this a train? It is, right, or a bus?
it looks like a bus to me.
A bus, yeah, yeah. So it's passing bus, and it's rain. So it's got the little fogginess, etc., in the glass and the water droplets there, and I don't know how the heart came on the window, but that's kind of cool. So there's this guy looking at her, uh, and I'm thinking he will never see her again, potentially, right? It's a
Yes.
one-time thing, and but she's lost in her own world. She doesn't know he exists. So much going on in here. It's very interesting. Um, I'm also wondering what is that fuzzy green on the top there? What is that out of focus? Is that a street sign or something?
She's sitting somewhere in like not in like a cafe or something, and the guy is sitting in a bus and he's just passing by and she just engrossed in her work right now. And it's like
I,
it's
I
it's not.
thought that the other one was also a bus. No.
No, it's surely not a bus. It looks
Hmm.
like, for me it looks like she's sitting in a place and she's reading something while the guy is passing by. He's
Ah,
like a
okay.
painter. And then also, you can see this hues of red and pink, which just like behind the girl, which is very magical, because red and pink are the warm colors that actually define love, the feeling of being excited, the feeling of being there, or when you see that person in red. Because when we say love, we can always see a red heart. So the use of color theory here is actually very very nice, because for him she becomes this very magical person, probably whom he's never gonna see after this. So it's her love at first sight. Like it's just like, it's beautiful, it's magical, I love it. It's very, you can just see the image and you can know what the image is like trying to speak. So I love that.
Oh, so Alina came back with the earlier one we said. It is her husband and her daughter. So that's kind of cool. It was great. But yeah,
Yeah.
getting back to this picture, I like the play of light, the interplay of light and shadow. Also, really well done. I almost feel like this is a freeze frame and about to become a movie, and it just zooms in, and I'm about to start watching a movie. I would like for that to be what happens here. Very
Yeah.
interesting.
I
Okay.
also love the this technique of illustrating. Right, it's very cartoonish, cartoon, like how you actually draw different cartoon as well. So
Yeah.
I love that it is not very realistic, because the artists have added all this glow and the shine of love at first sight. It's just beautiful, which I see in a lot of anime as well. It's very attractive.
Yeah. We got a few requests for object. So let's go to object and uh, boom.
Yay, Nick is on Tezos. I
Oh
can never.
yeah, in a big way. In my very first day, I collected 200.
Yeah, you collected 200 pieces, and few of my like they were my friends as well, like watercolor people, and I was just like, Nick is on Tezos, and I was like, I cannot be on
Yeah.
Tezos.
Well, my one challenge on Tezos is it's hard finding one of ones. Now, how these are not ones I have purchased, but see, this is happening again here. People just are sending things to my account. Like almost all of these on the front row.
Yeah.
Uh, I would say up to this one here,
Hmm.
I didn't get them. People send them to me. Starting off with this corner one is where I have purchased. Okay, so let's go the day end. Day end. The day end. Here we go.
Yeah.
Is this Arijit? Arijit? Yes, Arijit. Boom. Nice. All right. Okay. So this one I got because I liked how the interplay of water, land, sky, and also, uh, as the name suggests, uh, it's like a fisherman or someone coming back home after a day out there. I don't know if that's a fisherman or if just someone who went out for a joyride or whatever, but the colors are beautiful. Uh, it almost looks like it might rain,
Yeah.
the dark clouds. But this gold here is just beautiful. It's really, really beautiful. But yeah, I mean, I really like how this land juts out and there's water and then land and then water. Typically, you would just expect it to be water and then land and then sky, right? But I like that. And he's got a little nice poem here to go with it from Tagore. Clouds come floating into my life, no longer to carry rain or usher storm, but to add color to my sunset sky. What a beautiful, beautiful line that is. And yeah, this is very appropriate for this image.
It is.
Uh,
I
gold.
love I think you already know that how much I love clouds in general. So the of course the massive space or the percentage of this frame is the dynamic of clouds that is happening. We can see a patch of dark clouds that are coming over and it's gonna rain, and then we see this gray, and then we can see this golden lining, and then you focus, you see that boat and that fisherman. Though even though it is so small, but because the it is in the center, it is slightly like side in the side of the center, but it is in focus. So when you actually see the image first, you see the dark clouds, and then you directly actually go to the fisherman. So I really loved how the visual hierarchy in this image is playing like a role here, because there are so many things happening. There are a lot of textures here. There is a texture of the water, there is a texture of the land, the forest, and the clouds, but you can still focus on the subject. You are not like diverted from the subject and the meaning of it. So I really love that here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have this one in my collection. Good job, Arijit. And the next one we're going to look at is Princess of the Forests. Oh, I didn't mean to close that one. Let's go back.
This, oh my god, this is so pretty.
Here we go.
So pretty.
Wait, this is this the right username?
Is it?
I think so. That's the one. Okay. I guess Hunter, you have a different name on Tezos, I think. I think so. I think this is yours. Let's see. Yes, it is him, confirmed. Okay, I just don't want to go about reviewing someone else's random work. So yeah. So wow. I'll tell you, this is distinctly different from his usual work because almost all his work, one thing I notice, he likes it to be dark. And this one is illuminated And I don't mean dark in the sense, like dark art, like he like brings the contrast, like the brightness down, not the contrast, the brightness down. But this one is illuminated, so it's like very different from your usual work. So I think it's cool. It's really really cool. This here, at first glance, makes me feel like they are peacock feathers, but then you look closer and you see that they are not. They are really intricate, almost floral work, in her hair. The 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 fact that the eyes match that is very interesting
Yeah,
to me.
that's
It's like,
amazing.
wow, that level of detail is just fascinating. And yeah, I mean, wait one second,
It's
I want to do something here. Open image in new tab. I want to just look at the image here. I want to zoom in.
yeah. I was gonna say, can you zoom it for me?
Yeah. Wow, there's a lot to unpack in this artwork. The color is obviously there, but it's, like you could easily have just paid attention to the face and like glossed over some of, the surrounding stuff. But it's very clear that you spent a lot of time on this detail here, like
Yeah,
this individual like shades and these little specks of color, the highlights, etc. That's time consuming work that is not easy. And I find this to be amazing. I also love how uh, the left side, the lit side, has these, I guess, teal slash azure colors. But
hmm.
then you go to the right side and it goes more into the reds and browns and ochre kind of tones. But in it, the shapes, uh, they also transition a little bit. On the left side, it's more floral. On the other side, it's more abstract kind of shapes.
True.
There's a lot to love about this. Really good job. Of those lips are amazing. Really full lips. Yeah, I love it. What do you say?
I loved it. Like the first thing which I noticed as well was the eyes were matching the details, the color of the eyes, that green spark in her eyes because it says Princess of the Forest. So the artist have not like excluded that I should add that green hint in her eye because she is the princess of the forest. So the spark should be green. And I also like how you mentioned that the artists play with a lot of contrast. So even here you can see that the artist, though it is not like more in the darker tone or shade side, he has still tried to maintain that contrast by adding like an illuminating side to the image, like the art, and like a more like the warm tone to the image. So we can see like a contrast how he has built to create a depth in this particular face because it's a face, right? And then we have to add more depth to it. And when you while you are actually drawing on Procreate, you actually erase so many times. You're like, oh my god, oh this doesn't work like this doesn't work like this. And I think because even I illustrate, like I try to practice my illustration, and even Nick has tried Procreate. It's like a task as well to understand what you want. So it's beautiful, and the details are mesmerizing. I love the expression on her face. I love her lips, and that nice hint or highlight on her nose is just beautiful. Like she can be the princess of gold as well for me. And I think
Yeah.
Heather, you should also like probably read a lot of fairy tales because I think you can bring all these fairy tales to life so nicely. Because I can see a fairy here, and when I think if you read like different fairy tales, probably from your culture as well, you will be like doing great work there as well to depicting it.
Yeah, overall, this is a masterpiece. I love it. It's just amazing, and I'm very proud to have this in my collection. So really really good work. And Mark is saying something which is very interesting. So Mark says, I feel so invasive to just receive an unsolicited airdrop. Whenever I think about dropping something to someone's wallet, I always ask first. Well, Mark, not everyone is like you. There is so much here that let me just show it. So I have in this collection I have 1,700 images, and in addition to that 645 hidden images, because this is all the stuff that I get on a daily basis, like non-stop. Like people just keep dropping stuff into my account, and there is nothing I can do about it. It's uh, I guess what I can do is I'm working on it. I'm working on an API where I can choose what I see. So it doesn't matter what the world sees. I can have a curated front end, and
Mhm.
that I can publish. And I'm gonna do that because I haven't found anything that does that for me. So on a daily basis, I'll go and see, like, even this thing here. This is thing going nuts. I don't know what that is. So let's get rid of it. Um, yeah. And then sometimes people send me gifts, right? I don't know what is a real gift, and I don't know what is a drop or a spam drop in the collection. So it's crazy.
I always
But
I always tell Nick before I'm sending a gift. I'm like, this is my image. You can see it's in your collection, guys. I mean, if Nick has collected from you and you're sending him something, just always tell the collector beforehand so they can appreciate your gift as well.
okay, I'm gonna find Flower and Passion.
Foundation.
And before I go further, I want to apologize to Wilmar. I know you were just saying things sort of matter of factly, and I was unusually expressive on that. I apologize for that. I was just being candid also. I'm human. I have to be, I speak my mind sometimes. So forgive me on that. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I need to play it. Okay, there we go. So this is Ijlal Aslam, Flower and Passion. Wow. So it's got very subtle animation. There's the animated grass and her dress moving a little bit, her body moving a little bit. Um, so the idea here is that the flower is
The dress.
synonymous with her dress. There, very clever, very very clever. I like the form. She's floating like a butterfly. She's flying almost. That pose is beautiful. The light, the way she is looking into it, really really good. I can imagine the grass was a pain in the ass to create. It looks pretty good. Uh, yeah, this is very clever. Flower and Passion. Yeah, the flower in her as her dress is really cool, and I like how you've got the light. I forget what this is called. The not halo.
Bouquet effect.
What's it called?
It's like a
The-
bouquet effect.
Okay, right? Yeah.
So
Uh,
I
Go ahead.
even I
Sorry.
love it. I love it. I want to know what medium the artist actually used to create it. It's like, is it like the grass was created in 3D or something? Because it looks, the environment looks very realistic to me. Also, like how you mentioned that the flower becomes a dress. That was the first thing which I noticed, because a female figure in that particular form is a symbolism of like softness and how delicate she is, like the posture. Like she is this very delicate persona, and flower has always been considered a very delicate like symbol as well. Like you touch the flower, you can see how soft it is. So the connection between the flower and that particular body in terms of how she's dancing is very very clever. Like I can see the two soft symbolism and delicate personas coming together and combining to create art. And I love the use of color because it adds a lot of contrast, and I can see the details on the girl, and I can also see that there are this nice strokes in the environment as clouds as well, which is very interesting.
Cool.
It's Adobe
Yeah,
Photoshop animated in After Effects. Makes sense.
pretty cool. And now let me bring up Lonely Castle by one of the. I want to just call out Nishad. Uh, Amazing support for the DAO, like fanatical support. Thank you so much. This here is freaking awesome. Like when I saw this artwork, I was immediately transported back into time, which is, I guess, the intent here. But at the same time, I almost think of this as Indiana Jones, especially Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's a similar kind of scene, but yeah, the level of detail here is fascinating. The stonework, what's carved out there, the flame, the muscles, the light, the sheen on the muscles, the animal fur skin that he's got going on, the spear tip. There's a lot of detail here to unpack. And then when you go into the background, the cascading hills and then the moon far away in the distance, the stars twinkling, and the occasional shooting star, etc. And I don't know if you caught this, but sort of the camels, etc., grazing there on the far right. There's so
Yeah.
much detail in this, but I must say that of all of that detail, the sand and the sort of footprints and hoof prints and all that leave it in a messed up state is pretty interesting to me. So overall, really, really good job, and thank you for all your support.
It's amazing. It's an amazing piece of art, to be honest. Like it's just, it looks like that he's going for some adventure or a treasure hunt as well. Like I love how the 3D details are created. Like it looks like a lot of work and thought process is just added into this piece, because the sand and the subject itself and the like the tomb which is in front of him is just like, it's beautiful, and the sky as well. Like you can see the shooting stars there, so there's a lot of drama which is happening, which makes it look like an adventure movie in itself, like this whole piece. So it's
Yeah.
very interesting.
All right, we're gonna do one more, and then I'm gonna have to take off because I have a meeting. So I want to do Ritu, who says there's three, but they haven't given a name of any of those titles. I guess it's one of these. Okay, so I think I'll take this one. Ritu, I hope this one's yours. Uh, Hope. Wow.
Watercolor. Wow.
Oh my gosh. Uh, this
Talent.
is mind blowing. Mind blowing. This, like the wrinkles, the color tones used to convey the age on his face, the strands of hair individually, uh, and the vermilion, on his head, the gaze with very little color in the eyes. They have communicated so much, right? So I want to
Yeah.
put up, sorry, I had Ritu on object. Yeah, Ritu Arts. Wow. I hope this is the right one, Ritu. Please tell us if I have the wrong one. Yeah, okay, she says it's correct. Wow. And even the lips. This is exceptional detail.
It is.
Really, really well done. But I like how you captured an emotion, how you captured a longing, a faraway gaze uh, in this man's eyes. What is he thinking?
Yeah, he's looking somewhere, like probably for, like he's someone, he's like a sadhu or something, who like a like in it, in English was a priest, probably, let's say.
A,
So
a monk.
a monk. So
Yeah.
sadhu is a monk for us,
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
probably.
A
Let's
priest would be someone who works in
yeah.
the church or whatever, right? A monk is more like a traveling, more simple. Yeah.
Yeah, so I actually, because see, Nick already explained in terms of how emotionally inclined this frame is. I would like love to highlight the technique used, because watercolor is one of the most difficult medium to actually create an art. Like you have to like see the saturation of colors by adding water there, and it can like just spill over the image. So you have to handle that particular medium very systematically, and it takes a lot and lot of time of practice, to be honest. Like one brush stroke and every detail of your painting can go wrong, and the painter has to start all over again. So because there are so many detail, I could imagine that how much time she could have, like she waited for a layer of color to dry and then paint over it to add the details in layer as well. So this is more like, so I mean, this is something which you see, because I feel watercolor is a very difficult medium to handle. Like when watercolor is not there, it's gouache, which is like slightly more thicker than water. But watercolor is difficult. So you, Ritu, you have done a marvelous job here. Like just adding these details and making it so realistic. It's beautiful.
Yeah, and this is authentically on paper, right? Because you could do the same thing in Procreate, which would be definitely much easier to do. So this here reflects much greater skill to get it. Like if you look at the subtle colors here, like there's green and brown and a pinkish hue also. I mean, that's not easy, right?
It's
That's like a level. And even here in the nose, you can see how the vermilion kind of
more
the tone of that
yeah.
is down there on the nose. uh this is really really good work, Ritu.
Yeah,
um
she said it's an Aghori Sadhu. So we were right, it
yeah,
is an Sadhu. Yes.
yeah, and clearly, uh she's got amazing skills, because it's like the same level. This is graphite now, so there's watercolor and then graphite. What's the next one here? Again, watercolor. And I can just imagine how long it took you to do all those rudraksh beads. Oh my god, it's
That's
just
insanely good.
insane.
Insane.
Insane, like insanely good
It's beautiful.
level of detail here. So wow, i'm
You are a
i'm
traditional
definitely
artist.
blown away.
It shows, it reflects in your work. It's beautiful, Ritu. Thanks for sharing this.
Yes, very
Amazing.
good. All right. So with that, this hour of, well, it's more than an hour and 22 minutes of my impromptu session to just jump into my collection and review it.
Prompt only.
As
It's like
Yeah, but I am privileged and humbled to have so much of your beautiful art grace my collection. I mean, there is and because of my approach to collecting, almost all of these have a story, and I can, with a little bit of time, recollect that story and that specific tweet or that specific space where I went and got it. And knowing those stories behind the artworks, and how I collected them, makes me feel good, because I'm in this business for the
oh,
artist first and for the art second. And I know what you're saying, like, whoa, what is this random piece by somebody here? So this here is a piece by Miss Ria here from her. What is the name of the collection? Tell us.
her legacy.
A
It's it's
legacy.
it's a story between a mother and daughter where she's actually going ahead. A mother is going ahead to tell her daughter how she will build her legacy. So yes, it's. I mean, I could just take like hours and hours to talk about it. I love storytelling in general, and Nick knows it.
This
So
picture to me is simultaneously, she's pensive, but there's a hint of naughtiness on there. I don't know where that's coming from, but yeah, it's
see,
beautiful.
it's like, you know how generally in India brides actually, like the girl get married at a very early age. She's like 20, 22. My mom got married when she was like 19, and the girl, she just doesn't know how to behave in this whole persona she has created. So I was just like, why not to bring that hint of naughtiness, because she's also a child, right? She doesn't know how she will go ahead in a new house and behave. So yes, this frame was something very nice which I gifted to my collectors, because you guys have been amazing.
Thank you. Hey, can you hear my background music?
No, I cannot.
No, I'm the only one hearing this. I have this beautiful Bollywood music going on.
You
You
can
know,
only.
now can you hear that?
Yes, I can hear it a bit. Oh, Dilli wali girlfriend. Yes, we have.
So, so when will be the next session like this? So if you know me by now, you know that I'm Mr. Random. I get an idea. In Hindi they call it jhatka. Jhatka lag jata hai, and I'm on there. So this will happen. This will happen at random. If it's an experiment that you guys liked, then I'll do it again. For me, it was quite enjoyable.
So wait,
Um,
this is the first session.
this is the first session I've ever done of this kind of thing. I just had a random idea. Let's do this.
Yeah, Nick just be like, will you come to us? Like, yeah, I see, I have seen Maheen and Nick doing something, and yeah, I
Those
was
were
like,
buys, and I wanted to do something for the pure joy of art
oh my god,
and not hit buy or anything, because I can tell you I will put the word buy on Twitter right now and we'll have 200 people instantly on this stream. I didn't want
God,
that. I want the purity of art here. Let's just have a good conversation about art.
makes
Very
sense.
simple, very basic, and very authentic. you know
Bit.
I also get fed up of sales and all that. Like, in fact, I get fed up of it quite a bit, because that is my day non-stop. Non-stop. People like buy, 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 buy. This is it. And I like to get a break and talk about this, and this is fun.
Thanks for having
So
me. Like, you thought that I could be like a right person for
no,
this.
you were very good at this. You gave good feedback, and I think a lot of people would agree. And Pratik says we should do a poetry session, and you're right, Pratik. We should do that. So I'm gonna make that the next one. We'll do poems and get a bunch of poems here. But I think on that one, I'll need to promote it a bit in advance so we can get more, because I think we don't have as many poets in there, although we should. But I want to make sure we get to them. So
Yeah.
let's do that. So guys, this was a lot of fun. It's a small, intimate group. We talked about our artwork, and we leave here on a good note, showing Ria's beautiful work. And Ria was recently in a car accident. How are you feeling? Are you feeling better?
I'm feeling much better. Like, I think just healing every single day. I For a week I was on bed rest. Now I'm trying to move a bit here and there in the house, but I feel good. Like, my nails are
No
gone.
dancing yet.
I'm not dancing. No, my mom strictly said no, no dancing for a bit, and no like heavy workout as well. So I'm like,
Yep.
okay.
How many artworks did we review? 10? 8?
I think you reviewed before me as well. Few more. Like, we did more than 10. I feel more than
Yeah.
10 easily.
Well, the video is there, so I can speed scrub through it and find out. But I
Yeah.
really enjoyed myself. Thank you, everybody. This was
Here.
really, really wonderful. I got to hop off because I have a meeting. And so I'm going to go do that. But it was very nice, especially for the dreamers among you. Thank you so much for your support.
Yes,
And
guys, we
dream
all are
on
dreaming.
and dream big.
I get a chance. Yeah, it's just like nice to see Nick and just talk about art in general. I love it because my education is in design, so I kind of know and understand all mediums of art. So it was just amazing to like see all this amazing art here. Like,
Cool. Bye bye, all. See you.
bye, take care, everyone. Have a great day.